Welcome to Irish and Chin's YouTube channel. I need y'all to check out our radio platform, soundchatradio.com. Soundchatradio.com is broadcasting to 31 cities worldwide. If it's in the news, we are talking about it right here at soundchatradio.com our way. It's entertainment, it's music, but most of all, it's conversations happening here at soundchatradio.com. Just so you don't miss out, do yourself a favor right now and subscribe, like, and share this channel, right? And don't forget to press that notification button. It's soundchatradio.com 24 hours a day. Now, interestingly enough, I want to jump into something else, and I think this may possibly be the last time I speak about it, unless there is another development in this whole, what we call it, gay announcement in dancehall type situation. I don't even know what to call the topic anymore. But I think I needed to close out with this for now, because I was looking at this thing from a different angle. And, I want to also examine it from the angle in which it was presented, right? But this will be my last time speaking about it. I don't even know if I want to talk about it in length, but if you guys want to talk about it in length, I will, right? But I feel like this is a great angle. It's good conversation, right? 718-554-8598. Now, you guys know about the whole Lila Ike and the whole Jada Kingdom coming out and saying that they are artists, reggae artists and dancehall artists, and they're gay. They are attracted to the same sex, right? And that was a major conversation. But in the midst of the major conversation, the bombshell that Spice was going to be performing in Toronto, Canada for a gay pride concert as a headliner also kind of jumped into the conversation. And from what Iron Voice has been telling me, that conversation is even louder than the whole announcement of Jada and Lila Ike, right? Everyone is talking about it. Now, we literally, after Saturday's show, we literally had maybe a 3-hour argument in the studio between myself, Dubby, Iron Voice, Dub Master Chris. We were just arguing, back and forth. Why Sherry was just saying, "Oh well, this is educational. Let me sit down and hear what you guys are saying," right? And Angie was begging to go home at the time, but we were just having this conversation and yelling at each other and not arguing. Well, we were arguing, of course.
We were reasoning,
but not in a disrespectful manner. But we get loud so people can hear our points. And you know how the thing goes, right? It's a great debate. And one of the things that people, I don't know if it was Iron Voice that made the point. I think it was Iron Voice that made the point, is that the real meaning, the real problem, if some of you see it as a problem, right? Let me put that out there. In the decision of Spice to do this gay pride concert, is centered around who she is, what she represents, right? And I've been fighting for Spice on this platform for many conversations, right? Many conversations. Now, I don't know Spice like that. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's coming to the studio one time. I like her vibe. I like her music. But I don't have conversations with Spice. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that my comments are strictly neutral, in the sense that there's no allegiance to to Spice. Genuinely, that's my thoughts, right? I honestly think that Spice is one of the most talented females to date.
Fact.
Right? If not the most talented at the time in the sector of DJ. When I talk about vocalists, right? I respect her. I think that she didn't skip the line. I think that she waited her turn, and it's her turn, and she had the fear thing.
Yes.
There are artists out there where I believe skip the line, whether purposely or not purposely, but the fact is that Spice is the one that put in the work. I believe that. She put in the work. She was there through generations of the thing, trying to boss on, members of different camps along the way, getting a little one tune here, a little one tune there throughout her journey.
Nobody can argue with her.
And I respect that. And to see that she's now where she is, I always argue the fact that, listen, yeah, man, she had the queen of the dancehall. even though it's debated, even though many are using the criteria that was used to crown Lady Saw as the same, using that as a measuring stick to now judge Spice, and of course it doesn't equate. So people argue whether she's the queen or she's not the queen. I'm saying all of this to get somewhere with it, right? Many of you said to me that Spice is no queen of dancehall, right? And some of us say, well, if she's not the queen, then who the hell else is the queen? Right. Somebody got to be the queen, so she's the queen.
Somebody got to be the queen, Spice is the queen.
Right? So it seems that I'm not the only one that looks at her in the industry as the queen, but others also look at her in the industry as the queen as well, which makes the conversation something that I wasn't looking at. I wasn't observing the conversation or analyzing from that angle, right? I saw a clip on social media that is making its rounds with Tony Mataran, right? I don't think I recorded the audio, but what Tony Mataran is basically saying is that, any average Jamaican person has the ability and the choice to live whatever life they want to live. Do what you want to do. However, if you are one that is flying the flag, then your choices are taken away from you. Mm-hmm. And you then have to do, it's there, it's there. All right,
is
cool.
It edited?
It's
okay.
edited, all right. Yours says it's in the computer. Yes, it is. Your choices are then taken away from you. This is what Tony's saying. Mm-hmm. So he's now saying that, you have a responsibility based on the position that you have, which then brings another conversation to whether Spice is wrong, right, or in between of her choice to headline the Gay Pride concert in Toronto. This is my last conversation about it until something else develops. However, I think this is a great angle because we never looked at it this way. Bearing the title Queen of the Dancehall, being at the forefront of the dancehall culture at this minute, do you side with Spice just saying that she's doing it for her fans? Or do you say that she has a greater responsibility to get the approval of the dancehall, if there's such a thing, before making that decision? So basically, is the decision hers to make, or is it the decision's dancehall's to make? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear your question.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear your question.
So does dancehall, and dancehall is not a person, of course, but dancehall is a culture. Does the culture first get the right to say, we want this to be in our thing? Or does Spice, the artist, gets a chance to say, this is what I'm doing? 718-554-8598 is that number in studio. And I hope I didn't confuse you with what I was trying to express.
This I've got to address. A lot of people see what going on over there with Spice, right? And a lot of people say Spice have the right to live our life. Everybody have the right to live their life. Bear that in mind, I just want every single Jamaican here understand this. You see, as a normal citizen of Jamaica, even if you live a foreign, right, you can live your life however you choose, right? But there's a difference when you're a Jamaican who carry the flag and the badge. You understand?
Call it live.
Chin, I strongly disagree, respectively, with Tony Mataran.
Okay, tell me why.
I believe Spice has no responsibility to Jamaica or to the industry but to herself. And the reason why I say that, a lot of people in our industry look at Ricky Trooper as one of the greatest who has ever done it. We have given him titles such as the dinosaur. And this is a man who has said on several platforms that he has intentionally lose clash for money. This is a man who has said that he will play at a gay show and he has no problem with it, which goes everything against our dancehall sound system culture. And we did not string him up and say what you're doing is wrong. So if Spice is looking at the bigger picture and saying, listen, this actually will benefit dancehall by me exposing this to another genre, I have no problem with that, because the elephant in the room, I believe the elephant in the room is there's a lot of gay men and women inside and outside Jamaica who are Jamaicans, and we need to just accept it. And unfortunately, as you said on Saturday, the horse passed the carriage a long time.
So let me ask you this then. So Spice, based on her position, you're saying that she's earned the right to make the decision for dancehall. I'm not saying you're right or wrong, I'm just asking you. You're saying that she's earned the right to make the decision for dancehall.
Our king of dancehall, the self-declared king of dancehall, Vybz Kartel, is a convicted murderer, which goes against everything that is in our culture. Convicted murderer. And we still have not dethroned Vybz Kartel as the king of dancehall, even though he's a convicted murderer.
All right, 718-554-8598. Call you live.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes. As the queen of the dancehall, can she make that decision, or should she make that decision on her own, or does dancehall make that decision?
I'm trying to find out. Is she what she's thinking to do? What she thinking to do? Is she gonna get paid for it, or she gonna do it for free?
I'm sure she's getting paid for it.
Okay. Now she decided to lose her soul for money, or what? Because I mean, the typical Jamaican, you know, we don't like certain things, and I think if that's where she's in life, that's the way she wanna go, she can do it. But when she lose her fans, and when she lose her people, then but her, she got to blame herself.
All right, 718-554-8598 is that number in studio. I want you guys to pretty much understand what me and I am Vice are speaking of right now, right? And what we're speaking of is the fact that even though we've been, conversations have been being had on air as well as on social media about, Spice and the other girls, right? But Spice seems to be the topic that's sticking against the wall.
She's gonna be the one,
right? And it is sticking against the wall because she has a great position in dancehall, right? She's at the forefront of the dancehall culture as a female, right? And she's the queen of the dancehall, right? So one may look at this and say, well, if the queen of the dancehall is willing to do this, and she represents, because remember, the queen represents the dancehall.
Exactly.
The king represents the dancehall. A regular artist that's not bearing any of these titles
not gonna have
don't
that.
represent the dance hall. They're
Right.
just members of the dance hall space.
Right.
Right? So people are now arguing, and Tony Mataran, said something, and I'm like, you know what? It's never really been pushed in that context to me as of yet. And I understand. She may not, according to some, I'm not saying this is Chin, but according to some, she may not have the right to make her own decision about these things because of the seat that she sits in.
Well, how could she? How could she have that right to make those decisions? You understand? Remember, she would, and as you've rightfully said, she represents the last of an era, the era before her, So especially coming out of that era, for her to go and do this, I don't know.
So some people say it's her choice. Others people says no, it's dancehall's choice. And she made that choice for dancehall. And if she does it, it puts a black eye on the fraternity of dancehall because she's the queen of the fraternity at this moment in time.
Of course it does.
Call you live.
Yeah, Chin, I agree with Tony Mataran,
You agree with Mataran that she...
Yeah, me hear people are blaming about Cartel a murderer. You don't prove if Cartel a murderer, because you don't have trial after trial, so they don't prove if Cartel a murderer still, so you can't put that into it. But with Spice, she even sing song with burn out that same lifestyle, so you switch. So no, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So you should ask first. You alone can't just make decision through you need money to take care of your thing. Unless you drop the queen ship, drop that.
Right. Gateway, and you can do anything
All
you
right,
want.
718-554-8598 is that number in studio. So this is even bigger than many of us thought.
Yeah, man.
Well, especially that I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there was another angle. And you know, I love to talk about things from different angles and perspectives. I didn't realize that, okay, those who are opposing, Sizzler, other persons, are looking at it and saying, but yo, you are the queen.
Exactly.
You represent us. So you are now saying that it's okay to do this without consulting us. No, I'm not saying that there's a what would you call it, a fraternity or a forum or something that you can get approval from, but we kind of have a good understanding of what is officially approved in the dancehall space and what is not.
Exactly, and this is not.
And this hasn't been widely accepted in the dancehall space
Yet.
So again, I ask you the question. Does Spice have the right or authority, to make this decision on her own? Or is it that she needed to wait until the dancehall space said it was okay?
And you know something, Chin, it's
a tricky one.
It's a tricky one, but it's also kind of a slap in the face too. Because if she's gonna say, well, I'm just doing this to do this for myself and my thing now, all right, fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But then you can't rally. No, if people say, yo, well, wash your hands, you can't ball.
Yeah, right.
Call it live.
Yeah. Oh, she don't. I ain't going. No, she cannot make a decision for herself. We in the entertainment world. You gotta remember, and your eyes is on them entertainers hard. Eyes are on the entertainers. Everything they do it affects a lot of people, right?
Facts.
We talking about the queen of dancehall. She's a queen, and right now she's in the international, the America. She's getting all of America right now. Being in love and hip hop, all of that. She's getting all of that right now. But at the same time, she still have to understand that she's representing dancehall. We don't accept that. I'm not saying that it's not a. What am I saying about all of that crap? Right? Look at that.
Okay.
Added to that now with the Leela key and whatever they say about or whatever. Adding to Leela. Now we got Spice now. The headline is the pride thing. You get me? Now it's like, yo, what not do? Come on, let's get back to square one. What not do?
All right, 718-554-8598 is that number in studio. Yeah, I'm asking you a question. It's a tricky one, right? Because it depends on what you feel. Because those of you who are saying that Spice is no queen of dancehall shouldn't have any problem with her decision. Facts, right? Those of you who say that Spice is the queen of the dancehall, then this is when it brings a microscope under the decision. You know, this is like, well, you kind of run your career, but then this is a crossroads because you also represent dancehall.
Yeah.
As a package running your career, and you made a decision for dancehall, not for yourself, even though you possibly thought you only made it for yourself.
Nah, she didn't think that because they build her as that on the thing.
But I'm sure that I can't say sure and maybe at the same time, right? So I think that Spice possibly looked at this as a Spice move and not looking that the dance hall would say, that's not only a Spice move, Spice, that's a dance hall move.
Right, so you have to be aware of what you're doing.
Call you live.
Chin, big up yourself.
Big up.
Ian.
Yo.
Not telling no tricky about this. Let me tell you something, man. Spice can do whatever she want to do. Anything she want to do, she can do. You see the artists them from them time until now. Remember saying, reggae music and dancehall is a homophobic genre. No, so you go. From day one. All right. Who is up to it? The audience, It's not up to the artists them are who their own are. It's up to the audience. Meaning, if she continues to do that, but yet when she go on a show, sell out same way. You can't remember, we live in a time right now where the people and whether you like it or not, they might if you accept that
foolishness and a lifestyle that them are accepting.
Right.
They're accepting that now. It's because, as we hear you said the other night, another music alone, them are influencing right through everything else. So
Of
people
course.
like the people them might get used to them foolishness and them are accept it. So how you figure around that now is that stop by our music, them stop listening to her. You understand? And quite likely them think they now gonna stop. Because the same people them we are born out in the audience and I say she do wrong and them not like this. Them still are gonna listen to our music them and allow her to continue and do what she do. It's not up to the artist them. It's up to she what she want to do. And if the audience don't like it, the audience them have to deal with it as such.
All right. 718-554-8598. Call you live.
Yes, Chin.
I'm Star.
I feel right now the reggae and dancehall music is in trouble.
Do you think that it was Spice's decision to make, or do you think that because of her position, it was a dancehall's decision to make, if that makes sense?
She have to console have permission from the dancehall community.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. And on the Lila Ike thing, I feel that the genre where I love, it's in trouble.
It looks so
Big trouble, man.
All right. 718-554-85. I want to hear some more voices on this, right? Mataran came up with an interesting perspective. I believe that others are saying the same thing. And if she was another artist, right? If it was Shensia, if it was, name some other artists.
Jada Kingdom wouldn't be
Jada
big.
Kingdom, or if it was Lila Ike that did this, we would talk about it.
But it wouldn't be this.
But it wouldn't be the conversation that we're having now. And I kind of agree with that now that I'm looking at it from that angle, right? Because she bears the title as the queen of the dance hall. Right? So there's no title bigger in the dancehall space for a female artist. Right? She's the queen of the dancehall, and now the queen of the dancehall is going to be put on a major Pride concert as a headliner. Right? Persons are feeling like, yo, you had a responsibility not to do that. But then Spice and maybe her establishment is saying, I'm an artist, a booking came in, and I took the booking. So what the question becomes is that, what is Spice's real responsibility? Is her responsibility to Spice like everybody else's responsibilities to them and their career? Or is the fact that she bears the title, it's a little bit more than that?
Everybody has to understand, right? Because everybody like to say, well, me I do my thing, me I do my thing, me I do my thing, right? All right, fine. But remember, she self-proclaimed herself the queen of the dancehall and fought to maintain that, right? So she went out for this thing. So she has to know, like everything else, whenever you go in to represent something other than yourself, you have a responsibility to whatever it is that you represent. Mm-hmm. This is not new. This is not something that she didn't know. Spice is a very intelligent woman. Mm-hmm. So this is not something that that would have passed her. You understand me, Sachin? It's just she's trying to do it for whatever reason that she's doing it. She's doing it and then she's going to try and, I'm just doing it for me to kind of give herself an out. But at the same time, it's this thing, the other reason why it's bigger than her is because it's a sign to the world, because of who she is, that Jamaica bow now. Okay. That's what it is. This is where the LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ can say, yo, all right, we got them. Now they bow. Jamaica was the last holdout. Them bowing now. And people talking about exposed to dancehall. There's no dancehall done. No, them people know it long time. If they didn't know it, they wouldn't have been fighting against the artists then. So it's not that they've never been exposed to reggae and dancehall or anything like that. You understand? This is a power move. And she just bowed as the queen.
Call it alive.
Here's my thing. And this is my hunch. I don't think that Spice is where you guys are, or Mataran are, is rather, and how the dancehall is. As far as I'm concerned, Spice is stepping out and doing our own thing for dollars. Look at different moves where that Spice has made. Entrepreneur, she was on that VH1 thing. She's doing her thing. She don't care one iota. I don't think she think that she bears the responsibility to dance all jam everything. Spice was doing music for herself and to make money. The fact of the matter is, if she was where you guys are saying, she wouldn't do it. So obviously she's not there.
No,
Yeah, but
that's what you're missing.
I think you're missing the whole
That's
point.
what you're missing.
You're missing the whole point.
This is the title she puts on the crown. She pushes
I
this thing.
No. I understand everything what you're saying.
So
title, I'm still saying I don't think Spice is being a title for when it suits her.
Okay.
I make a difference. All about money, but here's the part of it. Why does that group sought after her? That's the angle.
But you see, that's the next thing. You guys gone. We in halfway tree. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. That's a whole different conversation, right? 718-554-8598. It's a great conversation. It's a great angle to think. To occupy that angle. Run up and down, jog your thoughts, tell me what you think. This is my last conversation about it, though, until something else more develops. If something else more develops, right? But I'm really presenting it to you guys tonight because I didn't think of it that way, right? Spice is now the queen of the dancehall for most, right? She is the closest to what we feel the queen would be, right? Even though some of you may say it's far, but it's still the closest, right? She has now taken upon, herself to do this event. Now, there's one side, one argument that's going to be she's an artist, she's called to entertain. Maybe she's not part of that lifestyle, but clearly she just feels like people are people. And not because she's not part of that lifestyle means that she has to exclude herself from that lifestyle. Also, I want to point out to everybody that Spice now lives in Atlanta, right? And she's now doing television. So she probably encounters that situation a little bit more than when she was in Jamaica, in the dancehall space, and moving with the crowd and was, making those anti, lyrics against certain things. She's in a different space. Spice, who was in Jamaica years ago, and Spice, who's the star of the dancehall space as a female now, it's two different Spices, two different mentalities now. She's been open to different business opportunities. She's been open to a different lifestyle. She's been open to different allegiance and friendships, right? Now the question becomes, with all that I just said, does being the female who is the queen of the dance hall stop her from making certain decisions such as this?
Yes.
And that's all, you guys, that's where your opinion should be. The fact that you bear the title, does it come with a responsibility that you have to second guess your bookings?
Of course.
And the things that you do? Or should it be business as usual? Mataran is saying, once you carry the flag, you're not an ordinary citizen of Jamaica.
Facts.
So the people who live in Jamaica that want to do this and that, you're not a problem with them. But when somebody who's carrying the flag makes such a decision, then you got to say, you made that decision for all of us. Even though you made it by yourself, it affects all of us. Should Spice be burdened with that pressure? Yes or no? It depends on what you feel.
If she don't want the pressure, don't take off the crown. That's all, shit. If she don't want the pressure,
denounce the crown.
Denounce it. It's simple. It's not hard. This is not even something that everybody got to even. Wait. They're making it it's complicated because she don't want the pressure, but she want the crown.
Right.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
So basically, you guys are saying that she should just say, give up the crown. I don't need the crown. I'm Spice regardless.
Right, she's Spice.
I don't want to carry.
She's on TV. She's doing all of that.
I don't want to carry it
Put on the
anymore.
crown. Somebody else take it. Make me do a Mawando. Everybody would have said, have a good life.
Now, there will be another argument Shouts to Gangster Pastor in the building. He's up next, right? Taking you from 10 to 12.
Yes, I am.
There's another argument. The next argument would be, John, no, says Spice, give back the crown and turn our face up against a dance hall just because she wanted to perform with these people.
Well, Shane,
I'm just saying, like,
Shane,
you're damned if you do.
She's damned
if you don't.
But this is you know how she would have avoided all of this? Not taking that booking. She wouldn't have been in any of this. Because look now, right? It's either she's give up the crown for them or perform give up the crown for her people or this her people for them.
Because,
is somebody getting this?
If she says, okay, I don't want the obligations that you guys are connecting to this crown, so I will no more go forward saying that I'm the queen of the dance hall.
That's all she got to do.
I'm good. Right? I'm going to do Spice.
Right.
Since all of this slack that I'm getting is coming with this queenship, let me give it back to y'all.
Keep back.
And let me go do my show.
Do
and
your
let me go
thing.
make the choices for my career that I need to make.
Right.
Some of you same ones are going to say, yo, see what Spice do?
No, I can't run her. If that's what you want to do, you give her the crown.
Spice give out the crown because she picked that side.
All right, whatever you want to do. I have no problem with that.
Call it live.
Yes. First off, I hear people saying that she's feeling pressure. Has she told y'all she's feeling any pressure?
You meaning?
Because people saying that, well, from conversations you guys are having and from what other conversations, social media, whatever, people say, oh, the pressure I'm gonna reach, she blah blah blah. From what I'm seeing, it seems like she doing business.
Yeah, that's what everybody does. Everybody takes
saying
pictures.
She doesn't care.
Listen, there was just to give you an understanding, there was a popular couple from Atlanta or one of them places. The wife went to a party, took pictures of everybody, went home, killed her husband, killed herself. True story. This happened last week or 2 weeks ago. So the picture thing, the Instagram thing, everybody's winning and unbothered on Instagram, but that. We always see a few weeks or months down the road, them have the live and them a ball. the balling pan live. We always see it. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, listen. My personal opinion, which is probably the opinion of 98% of Jamaican dancehall, once Spice do what she does, she's no longer any queen of dancehall. And for me personally, she was never a queen of dancehall. She needs to put down everything. If she want to be an actress or she want a reality TV show, because she's too old for the whole of foolish pressure. Anyway.
So you feel like she forfeited her position?
Long time. When she started rolling, look at something she had done on Love of Hip Hop in Atlanta. She's not the queen of dancehall. There's a whole heap of people going to dancehall, and she is not it anymore. I don't even think she was ever it. You understand? From Lady Star leave on certain things, Spice is not the queen of dancehall. And what she did just for the money alone. She wasn't even thinking that she was going to get such a backpack from this thing. It was just about the money. And Jamaican culture, we have a boogery law. It's not like a summer where just be prejudiced against or whatever. There is a law in effect. Jamaican people, we don't support certain things. Spice supposed to know better, but Spice don't care. Spice flings Stone Bakara Jamaica a long time. She's just using us because without us, she is nobody. Let Jamaican people stop listening to Spice right now and say, Spice on the back of her hip fling around for the show and she done. She just hang on to our blue here.
All right, 718-554-8598. Call you live.
Iron Mouth.
Yes, I.
Chin.
Yes, Jesse.
I want to go around the things, so brother. When your grandmother tell you, say, when you're youth, I grow up, show her your company, and I tell you who you are. You know what it takes to get on television in America, especially a popular show in Atlanta. No, I know they have to box food out and no one mouth. I came piece and I from. I see the whole I show gone pan, even that here, and not talk about the DJ them in a Rasta way start the show with Captain and Sizzler, Anthony B and the whole of them. At the same thing where I say, brother, show her your company, I tell you who you are. You don't know where that data they do Atlanta, even forget Panda show there in the first space. You don't have a clue. But remember, superiority. Remember, club. You hear what them say Aliberry though? It becomes a movie star in Hollywood. Do you understand where she go on with, brother? Allegedly. Come on, man. Let's not go around the thing, brother, and take it straight.
saying,
all right.
I not go on like I beat. But remember, no one said to matter around now. A long time the selector them broke the dancehall from what it was to the kettle to let's not go on like say we forget all about it, you know. A woman a dance on their head. I remember the kid. Stole up keep dancing, mattress show and all wrong, you know. A man and woman a keep up all kind of thing in the middle of the party, you know, brother. A long time the thing a skirmish and a skid and a skate way. That's all I say, brother. So we just want to say that not going to be acceptable. No time, no day. Where I and I from, that now go on.
All right, Jesse.
Bless up, Jesse. Bless up.
718-554-8598. Call you live.
Hi, Tim. Hi, I am Voice.
Good night.
I just have a question about something that Tim has said earlier about her being the queen, having the title, the Queen of Dancehall affects this. I'm not an artist or a selector or a part of the dancehall world, but I want to know exactly how does what decision that she made for her career affect Jamaica or affects the dancehall as a whole. I don't understand that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping
Well, this is not what Chin is saying. This is basically what I'm getting back from the colleagues. This is what people are saying in the industry, right? So basically, she is the queen. She's the queen of the dancehall, so she represents the dancehall at the highest level, right? In order for you to call yourself at the queen of the dancehall, you have to be at the helm, or the forefront of the culture. That is her position right now. Many people feel that, and the artists, so not only fans of the dancehall, but artists in the dancehall feels that once you take that type of headlining, you not only are on that headlining representing yourself, but you're also representing that this is what dancehall is okay with. So they're a little bit upset about that. Whether when I say you, I'm not saying you on the phone, but whether you out there listening to me co-sign to what is being said or not, I'm still going to have the conversation here. And the question that I was asking you guys is that with Spice being the queen of the dancehall, does she get to make her own choices in this situation? Or is this something where every choice that she makes is going to be, it reflects the dancehall space? Meaning that she got to think twice before she does certain things in the position that she holds.
I don't think that she has to think twice, because even her accepting this position, them as a dancehall artist or selector themselves, they still have to defend their own. Like if somebody from that community called them, they still can have that opportunity to say yes or no, just like she did. She didn't make this, not because she made this decision for herself. She's not making that decision for every other artist.
Right. But I'm sorry, Carla. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that they still have that choice to root their career how they want
and then
career
based on conversation, and this is not my opinion, this is just based on conversation, to have a good one, many would argue that she's not just any artist. So they're feeling like artists in her position that are flag carriers, right, have to be a lot more responsible and careful of what they do. Now the other side of it is that Spice doing business. And stepping on the stage will, broaden her fan base and help her to establish, help her to establish her brand. Call you live.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I think Jamaica have a double standard.
Okay.
Spice is in between the rock and the hard place because she have to make a tough decision. But some people are saying being in that lifestyle is bad, and some people don't care what they do in Jamaica. They have two kinds there. Mm-hmm. And I think in her decision, she have to really make the decision based on her. Because when Claude McKay was popular in Harlem Renaissance, he too was a homosexual. So, and there's so many other artists from way before them with other things that is of different things. I know she wants to establish her brand in her genre, and she has to do what's best for her, because nobody will be pleased, no matter what she do. Whether she perform or she don't perform, there's two kind of double standard in Jamaica, and any one of them she gonna get a whiplash anyway you take it. So she have to look for what's best for her. That's at the end of the day, she work hard, she put in her time, she put in her talent, and she need to do what's best for her.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's just my view on it.
All right, 718-554-8598. Another day or week of good conversation here on a Monday.
Yeah, man, but she needs to give up the crowd.
So you said Spice needs to give up the
If
crowd.
she wanna,
and let's do whatever she wants.
Do what you want to do, but just give up the crown.
Right? 718-554-8598 is that number in studio. We got about 3 or 4 minutes left. It's interesting when you take it from that perspective.
Right.
Let me see if I can squeeze in one more caller. Caller, you live.
Yeah, Tim.
Yes, I.
Okay, if you check the history, right? One time in Jamaica, white people was that enemy, right? So some artists wouldn't go with no white people, right? So when Bob Marley broke out and started with white people, everybody fall in line. So you see after that, people gonna fall in line after Spice. Trust me, you will see.
So if you're saying that people are gonna fall in line after Spice, then are you saying that her decision was a good one or a bad one?
Good, it's a good one.
It's a good decision she made.
Yeah, good one because she's gonna make money.
She's gonna
So money make it good.
Okay, she said that she's gonna make money. Call you live.
Yeah, good afternoon, first caller, first time caller.
Big up. You have about 2 minutes, so go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Listen, first and foremost, great show. You're the man, you know, so I have to straight a good topic. But this time to go on, you need a whole day for this. But let me recall that, you know, our music and our genre and our artists, them always going to bring controversy. Controversial seller, we have to big up Spice to this, the way she do her thing. You remember when she do the album when she pretend like she bleach? But marketing, it's not. You know, so everybody remember with Bob Marley and the Wailers, how it separate them to make the perform, and that was secret. Well, everybody knows that Jamaicans is a secret society because certain things are part of the culture from downtown. So everybody knows the woman have to do what she have to do because of her agent, and she's not actually in Jamaica, then she's simulated. So we have to talk on a higher level, you know, man, more intelligent.
All right.
You know? It's a trap-off. You create between a rock and a hard place.
She's between a rock and a hard place, and I've been saying that from the beginning. She's between, whether she realizes it or not. This will all, and let me close the conversation by saying this. Cause I wanna know said me's one of the man, and nobody can go around this. I advocate for Spice on this platform all the time.
Not even a question.
Men I know Spice like that, but that she's super talented.
Yeah, I've always said it.
And I've also gonna keep the conversations going. So even if it's something that may not be in Spice's favor, it's my responsibility,
of course,
to still have that conversation.
Of course.
Right? Now, I say she's in a rock and a hard place because this is a tricky one. And if she does, it's a problem. If she does not, it's a problem. If Spice decides that, you know what, I'm not going to do this show again, the headlines will read, Dancehall Queen backs out of Gay Pride show because of pressure from Jamaica. That's what it's going to read.
Easiest way for her to forget what she want.
Right? And if she does it, it's just that scrutiny that's happening with her in Jamaica. So this is a rough one. Again, I'm not going to talk about it until something else develops because I don't want to have the same conversation every time we come on. Shouts to Tony Mataran and others that came up with that perspective. And that perspective is simply this. When you are flying the flag of Jamaica, you don't have the same liberties that other people have. Liberties meaning freedom. You have a responsibility to make sure the whole will look good.
Yep.
Right? And, some people think that this is not making us look good.
Nope.
And this is not good for the benefit. This is not a good move for the benefit of the dancehall space. Let's see what happens. But once again, I will not deny that Spice is an extremely talented artist. Thank you for watching another episode of Soundchat Radio on Irish and Chin's YouTube channel. If you like what you saw, please subscribe by hitting the red button. If the button is still red, that means you did not subscribe. Also, like and share. And don't forget to leave a comment. In fact, press that notification button while you're at it.